Greetings and welcome to the Dornegal Spiced Cheese Factory, where we are making all kinds of cheese. So I've been really ill this week, and I was kind of jellyfished on the couch, so I decided to make a cheese factory. And Matthias laughed at this, and he's like, when I'm jellyfished, I can't make anything. But I made everything. We have a Spidertron, a la Factorio, to guard our wonderful cheese factory. We have a little cart showing some of our wares here, where one of our employees can kind of dole out goods for passersby. We also have the main cheese tasting venue. In the back here, there is one of our ingredient makers pounding away at some of the spices we use upstairs. But let's take a look at our offerings. We have many different kinds of cheeses in different sizes. We've got the white cheese over here. This is our Dornegal Spice Cheese Blend, which we are actually making. Just pick up a basket and gather some, and we can check you out. And then we also have this special rolled cheddar. Hopefully we'll be making some of those in future expansions of the cheese factory. And then we have our lovely tasting area, where you can sit down, have a nice slice of cheese with some wine and fruit and all kinds of things. And then, or you can sit over here in our little gazebo and enjoy yourself. I chose this spot specifically because of these lovely little lakes over here. And if we look at the menu, we find that this is 9 on Razorwind Shores, if you're interested in this particular plot. This is on a free server. Specifically, this is on 9 Dark Pilgrim Gardens, if you ever want to visit, or just message me and I'm good. And yeah, we got waterfalls in the background. It's a really beautiful plot. We had some horde architecture, a necessary thing. Anyway, here we got the wheelbarrow to take the cheese from the factory out into the sale area over there and to all parts of Azeroth. Let's go inside. So inside we have our Merry Christmas tree, complete with train and, of course, the worship of cheese. Who wouldn't worship the cheese? We have some sofa sitting areas. This is for when merchants come over and want to buy, a large quantity of cheese. We can have one of our representatives talk to them in the business office, which is out over here. We'll look at that a little bit later. But if there's a line, people can wait and admire our beautiful Dornegal spiced cheese and take a listen to some Christmas music and watch the little train go around and all kinds of things here. If you want to know what's in the tree, we have the special star decoration at the top, candles, these little light balls, and then most of it is flowers. And of course, our schmancy goblin lights. Now, first of all, what you need for cheese is planning. So we need to plan how to make the cheese. This is our planning room. We've got, people working here with inkwells and books and things. And this is our cheese planning area, where we decide exactly how much we want to cut out of the cheese to make it the perfect level of attractiveness to other people. A little view of outside there. And we go into the factory proper. Now, this factory is powered by gravity. So we got to go upstairs first. All right, we make our way upstairs through the different floors here. And we're on the 3rd floor of this place. And we start out with the dunking chambers. So we get the raw material for the cheese, and then we strain it into these chambers here. Notice that this is a Swedish factory and we have rules, specifically safety rules. Don't forget, anytime you see a safety mat, there could be danger involved. There's a little rest area for our employees. Like I said, we are a Swedish company and we let our employees rest. Some instructions to make sure that we don't forget how to make our cheese. And this is where we get into some of the spices. So in order to give the raw cheese its flavor and a little bit of color, we first mix in some strangle kelp into this mixture and then some granulated spices and corway dust. Finally, a few drops of Kaheti slum shark oil, and we get this wonderful mixture, which is hand applied to each of these cheeses here. And that kind of changes the color a little bit. And this is a little bit of inside knowledge for you CMYK users. Green and red equals yellow. So a little bit of decoration. Again, we are a proper company that gives, good value to our employees. Then after this, we kind of wrap these cheeses into a cloth so that we can strain out the extra water. Now then, after that, these things go down the chute over here. We can push them down the chute, go down ourselves. As you see, gravity is happening here, and they kind of end up in this pile. After that, someone takes them and puts them on the table here and adds some aromatic fish oil from this container to this wonderful contraption, which then makes them into these kind of round, different shaped things. These machines are very powerful and they can kind of squish things into a better shape, and that's going to get us closer to our goal. Now, after processing in this machine, they get a little bit whiter. Then we put them on this conveyor, which pushes them through this very powerful purifying vessel, which has the effect of making them a tiny bit blue. Now, after that, a worker places them on the table and then slides them down into the next area downstairs. Now, unfortunately, this area is where a very important accident occurred. One of our employees, called Licksnacks, accidentally sneezed on the whole box of cheeses. After that, the cheeses became sentient and formed a union. Now, we can't have cheeses forming unions, so the whole batch had to be destroyed. And of course, Licksnacks was fired, so we can't be having that. We can't be having that. Gnome or no sneezing on the cheese. So after that, the product is wheeled to this area. After that, we have another set of concoctions, which we based right on top of the cheese. That is made of Black Rock barbecue sauce, which we based all over each side of the cheese, and then they kind of turn this sort of greenish color. And then placed on this bench over here, after which they are cooked in the half-hill cook pot with some ancient Pandaren spices to give that last little bit of spice to our cheese. Now then, they need to be baked hard, so they're put through this oven here, and we come to our cheese, our final cheese. This Dornegal spiced cheese is then cut with the table saw and placed on this conveyor belt to go into this box. Here we have a shelf full of cheeses here, and these containers are all of the containers we ship to all of Azeroth, because as you know, Azeroth has many different cultures, and so we want to brand it accordingly. In this area over here, we have a warm fireplace and, of course, our break room, which we have lots of food here for our employees. And we hope they enjoy our time. They can take a break anytime they need to because we make a pretty tidy profit with this cheese. Now back here, as I alluded to before, we have the office where we have bookkeeping going on here, receiving, shipping, all that kind of stuff. Some, documents in the back there, all the logbooks from our main operations here. So let's go upstairs and we can see the other room. Now we have a lovely staircase, again with some more resting areas just to chill out, have a nice time. Here we have our company-sponsored jacuzzi, complete with lovely floral area. And then this is just an entry hall waiting room with a view again of the outside. Lovely moon there. We can actually sit here if you feel like it. Isn't that nice? Okay. So, and then we have our bedroom. In case any of our employees gets a little bit too tired, they can come up here and rest. We do have 4 employees working at the factory at all times. Now, usually I have this door locked with this gate because you gotta have a proper tour of the factory, but employees can come in here and go straight to work if they want to. We've got multiple staircases, one here, and then we've got one going down to this floor. As you notice, the clearances are a little bit small as we only have gnomes and dwarves working in our factory, as they tend to be the most hardworking in terms of factory production. So that is our factory. I hope you have enjoyed the tour. I'll get you back to our Christmas tree area, which I hope you have a wonderful holiday season as well. So thank you so much for visiting our factory, and I hope you'll come again soon.